Hello, everybody. This is Beth. I wanted to come to you from Rekindle Blessings. I wanted to come to you and show you guys how to do the burlap roses. I've had so many people ask. We did a live with them, but everybody was asking. So we're going to do a fast video on that, and I will speed that video up when I start with my hands. I want to show you first, though. It's just burlap ribbon. This here is ribbon that is wired, you guys. It came from Walmart. This is a Walmart burlap ribbon. It's just the natural color. It is 24 inches long. And what you do is you just take the end and you fold it over just like that towards you so that it looks like this on the bottom, okay? Kind of a triangle. Then you're going to roll from the corner and you're just going to continue to roll up. This is going to be the inside of your rose. It's just going to roll up just like that. And I'm going to kind of tuck that little piece right down in there just like that, okay? There's the inside of your rose right there. Okay, then what we're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to, hang on a minute. Y'all, I'm going to start over. Okay, I'm going to roll and roll and roll, okay? And then this piece here, you're going to tuck down by flipping. You're going to flip it around just like that. And you're going to spin your rose as you do it. Okay, so this little part right here, you're going to pull this down like this and you're going to spin. And you're going to spin, okay? And then you're going to take and flip. And you flip all the way down and around and you're going to spin. And then I usually hold it like this. By the top, I'll put my finger over the top of this part right here. I will put my thumb over that. And then I'll flip and spin. And then flip and spin. Okay? Flip and then spin. Then flip and then you spin. Each time you spin and you flip. And that's what's making your extra petals on there is you're flipping and spinning. Just like that. And by the time you get to the end of this piece of ribbon, you're going to have your little rose. It's building. Each time I flip and spin, flip. See how I'm just taking that part and flipping it completely over. Okay, until I turn my ribbon. Okay, my ribbon's up this way. I flip until my ribbon is the same direction, but flip it all the way, a half turn. Okay, flip and spin. Flip and spin. And then there's our rose, you guys. Look how pretty that little rose is. Then what I do is I turn it over. Okay, once I get it to that point there, and you've got just a little bit left, about like an inch on the end, and then you're going to take and you're going to flip that over, and that part right there, you're going to glue down to the rose. And if you have an extra piece of burlap or anything left over, hanging out, I'll show you here in just a second what I'm talking about. You're going to lay that down on top of your rose, and that's just going to lay down on the bottom of your rose. Now, like I've got a little piece right here that's hanging out. You can either fold that under and glue it, or you can snip it off with your scissors. Let me show you. Now you want to hold on to your rose, you guys, because look, let me show you something. See, it's going to lift out of there. So you're going to have to hold on to your rose with your, make sure you hold that down while you're doing this stuff here. And you got to pick this up, and like that part right there, I'm going to show you, you can just kind of snip it off if you want, because you're not going to see that part, because that's what's going to be glued down to your board. Okay, then you're going to go back in, and in each of your little petals, you're going to put a little bit of glue and just kind of push down on it, because that's what's going to hold your flower together, because this rose is not glued together. So you're just going to go down in between each of your petals, and you're just going to kind of glue it down on each of your 3 sides, 4 sides, wherever you want to put it, and just make sure that you have plenty of glue holding this together under each petal all the way to the center. That way your rose will stay together. Okay? And I'm just going to kind of give this a push down and make sure that's all holding together, and it should be good to go now, you guys. There's our rose. Isn't that pretty, you guys? That's actually come out of there a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and glue that down a little bit more. Put a little more glue down in there so it holds together better. Okay. I'll show y'all. Look at that, how cute that is, you guys. Isn't that rose adorable? It's that simple, you guys. It's super simple. Okay, we're going to do one more. I'll show you guys one more time. Okay, you ready? And I'm just guessing on the length. 24 inches is what I used on that other thing. But the length, it doesn't have to be any certain length. The shorter they are, the smaller your roses are. Okay, I told you it's wired. Okay, what I did was flip down my end. See that wire sticking out there? I'm grabbing it with needle nose pliers, and I'm pulling out my wire. Do you see that wire? I'm just going to pull my wire right out of there. So you don't have to have just plain burlap ribbon. You can buy the wired ribbon and just pull out your wires. There's only one, there's a wire on each side. And then what you do is you flip towards you, like I told you before. Look, it's like a triangle, and that's facing this direction. And then you roll this all the way up, and you continue to roll, and that's the center of your rose. Then when you get to here, guys, remember what I told you. We're going to flip and turn. You turn this towards your ribbon, and you flip this down, and that's what's going to give your first petal. See, that's your first petal right there. See that? Okay, here we go again, y'all. We're going to flip and turn. Okay, flip and turn. Okay, flip. Let me get a hold of this here. Now that's down at the bottom here. Hang on. Flip and turn. Okay, and it's just going to continue doing that. And I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to put my thumb here. And it makes it easier if I hold it with my thumb, because you got to hold all these pieces together, because there's a lot of elements to this. Flip and turn. Okay, flip, just like that. See how it's like that? Straight up and down. Then you're just going to take it and you're going to completely flip it over. Flip, and you're going to turn this in as you flip it. Flip and turn. Flip and turn. And see, that's what's making your petals. Okay, it's up like this. You're going to flip it and turn it. And then we're going to do it again. Flip and turn. And you want to move your hand down with it also. Flip and turn, because if you got to make sure you're holding on to this, because see, once that's down, you got to hold on to it just like that. Flip and turn. Flip and turn. Now see, if I could stop right there if I wanted to and cut it off if you want a smaller rose, because see how much smaller that is? And this, you can make large ones, you can make small ones. Let's make this one little, y'all. I'm going to stop right there. Actually, I'm going to stop right there so that I get all the way around here. And I'm going to cut this off right here. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, now I left a little tail right there like that. Like I told you guys, make sure you leave about 1 inch. This is actually a little longer than 1 inch, so I can cut a little more of this off. Okay, these scissors are terrible, y'all. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to tuck it back over this, and we're going to glue it to the back just like that. So I'm going to take and hold on to my rose. I'm going to put me some glue on here. And I'm going to just kind of pull this over and lay it right down on top of that back of that rose, just like that. And that's what your back's going to look like right there, you guys. That's what your back's going to look like. Now, see that extra? Like I told you, you can either cut it off or you can glue it under. I chose to cut that part off and then tuck the rest of it down in my glue. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to take and add glue in between your petals. That way your rose stays together, because if you don't add this glue, your rose is going to fall apart. But hold on to it while you're gluing it, because if you don't, it will fall apart on you. Then just give it a push down where your glue is. Just kind of push it around here. Give it some pushes. And look, you guys, there's your rose. Okay, now we have a small one and a large one. And you can make all different sizes. Now, let me show you something. I've got this little tiny piece now. We're going to make a rose out of this little tiny one, y'all. Okay, flip it over. The triangular method. Remember, you got to do the triangle towards you. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out rolling. Once again, I'm going to roll, 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 roll. There's the center of your rose. Okay, we're getting ready to do the flip and turn. Okay, once you get to that point right there, you can see this little like part right here sticking above that. You're going to flip it and turn. Okay, at the same time. Flip and turn. Okay, I'm going to grab a hold of this up here. Flip and turn. 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 Okay, this is going to be a small rose, you guys. So this one's going to be a baby one. Okay, one more flip and turn and I think we'll be done. Flip and turn. Okay. Now, this part is going to be tucked up underneath. We're going to flip it back over this way. And we're going to tuck that up underneath. So we got to hold on to our rose. And you've got to put, I always put glue on my tail here so I can lay it down. Just makes it easier for me to do that. You don't have, you do it whatever makes it the easiest for you to turn it around there. Okay, we'll lay that down, and I will have some sticking out the sides. You guys can see the extra sticking out the end there, so I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, just trim all that off. There's a little piece over here to the side I'm going to trim off also. And there's our little rose, but we've got to put glue in there because otherwise this will fall apart on us. So I'm going to grab some glue, and we're going to put it in between our petals. There's some there. There's a little bit there. Let me grab another glue stick. And we'll just put it down inside all these little crevices so that we don't lose our little sweet little rose. Okay, we got to push it down, squeeze it together. And then we got a small rose, you guys. Do you see that? It's very small compared to these. But you know what? When you're creating, you want various sizes. Look how cute those are, y'all. And then look, we'll have this one down here. It's a little bit bigger. Look how sweet those are, you guys. Super duper easy. You guys can do it. Have a blessed day, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye, guys.